I'm 100% sure of what we saw. I'm not 100% sure of what it was.
It just didn't fit anything, any kind of creature that I'd ever seen.
There's something out there that cannot be readily explained with recognized wildlife or human activity.
When you have something that's elusive, like dinosaurs that should be extinct and all that, I think people are pretty captivated by the mysterious.
We're trying to show, look, this isn't pseudoscience. This isn't crackpotism.
You know Bigfoot? You folks know Bigfoot? A professor in Idaho says that Bigfoot really does exist.
Unless I was really convinced of the merit of this endeavor, I wouldn't take all the grief.
We have a zoological problem.
Cryptozoology is the study of hidden or unknown animals, and that really encompasses everything from creatures to animals that may be extinct to really folkloric beings. The universe of creatures is always vast, and that goes way beyond the big three, which is Bigfoot, Yeti, and Nessie. It used to be the big four, which was the sea serpents also, but they've kind of faded.
It's interesting to think about naturalists as just being cryptozoologists, but I think with cryptozoology, those people are interested in events that are really, really rare, that are very elusive. And I think that's what really defines a cryptozoologist.
Cryptozoology, like any science, can be an objective science. It can be a good science. It's the science of looking for something that we have not yet found a full explanation for, a science of looking for organisms we haven't yet described. We're constantly finding new organisms. People are describing new species, even new mammals in very obscure parts of the globe. So if it's done objectively with an open mind, without pre-bias, to find out what did create the tracks that people interpreted as Yeti, what has created the sightings that people are interpreting as the Loch Ness Monster, if done correctly, it can be viewed as a very valuable science.
Well, I mean, you could say even Darwin was a cryptozoologist, I guess, given this definition, because he went out there and, like many of the early biologists, they went out there to find species and to place them on this greater order of species.
The discipline of cryptozoology is an absolutely valid one. I mean, when you stop and think about it, all zoology at one time or another was the search for new species of animals. And I mean, you take the history of the discovery of the gorilla, and if you leave the word gorilla out of the narrative, it sounds remarkably like descriptions of what has transpired in the history of Sasquatch research or investigations.
Basically, anyone out there with an interest can call themselves a cryptozoologist, and I think the internet has really caused an explosion of that. There's a lot of people out there who don't have any background in biology, who have no real experience in even outdoor wildlife tracking, anything, calling themselves cryptozoology, and that can kind of dilute the field significantly. I mean, I hesitantly call myself a cryptozoologist. One, because of the stigma that's attached in the scientific community, and two, because I'm not out there every day doing it, and I don't know if I deserve that title.
I think perhaps the people who are spending their lives trying to track down sightings that they've heard of from native peoples or indigenous peoples or travelers who've seen something unusual might even find themselves avoiding the term cryptozoology because of that sort of tarnished reputation that it has, and just saying, look, I'm a mammologist going to track down something in Borneo that has been seen by the indigenous peoples, and I'd like to give it an explanation. And that type of science does have value.
When I started out, people would not admit in academia to be cryptozoologists. I really see many different levels of being a cryptozoologist nowadays that is different than the way a lot of people saw cryptozoology and cryptozoologists around the Victorian times, where they were really naturalists or zoologists that were to go into the deepest, darkest jungles of Africa, collect this animal, put it in a zoo, and say, I've discovered a new animal. And so that kind of cryptozoologist isn't there as much anymore. There are not that many easy countries to go into. It's not easy to go into the Congo now. It's not easy to go into some other areas around the world because of the political situation.